What's up, guys? It is Mitchell J again, the Scaredy Cat Guide, and crypto rolled over the last 24 hours, but is it finding its footing? We're going to look at the Bitcoin chart. We're going to look at the Litecoin chart also, and that's what we do. We look at the charts, use a little technical analysis, talk about risk reward, and you know, investing and trading and just position managing is what I've experienced in, and you know what I like to share with you to hopefully help you recognize price points on different cryptocurrencies and just overall get a theme, a feel for the theme of the market. Um, Something that I'm not well versed in cryptocurrency is mining, and I wish I would have got involved in Bitcoin mining and cryptocurrency mining even 2 years ago when I first thought about it, but never happened, and that's fine because you can only put your hands in so many things. Otherwise, you just get spread too thin. But I did come across a basically Bitcoin mining book, Bitcoin mining guide that not only explains obviously what cryptocurrency is and the blockchain and all that stuff. It breaks down all the different mining rigs, different machine slash chip types and all that good stuff, and how to go about mining Bitcoin from essentially whether it's a rig or even your computer, and a lot of that information extrapolates onto other cryptos and mining other cryptos. So I'm going to put a link in the video notes for that, and they have basically a video kind of talking about Bitcoin mining and essentially, why they're sharing that knowledge and whatnot. So feel free to check it out. Like I said, I'll put a link in the video notes. And in the meantime, let's take a look at Bitcoin. And as you can see, where did we get? Well, I've been talking about it now for a good week or so. Our downside risk, our downside support was around 6,500, and we didn't quite get there, but we got this sell off here. You can see big volume. We had a spike in volume, big body candle. I mean, that's one of the biggest moves we've had in almost a month. I mean, it basically is. I mean, a month ago was when we got a candle that big, and it took us down near support. Again, support and resistance price points aren't an exact number; they generally are range. So, the bottoms are just on the 6,500. These intraday spikes, but you can see there's a lot of price action essentially from um, basically 68 on down to 6,400. So the low of the day was 66.52. So we got up in this mix of the April lows, which again, like I said, that was the downside risk, the downside target if we rolled over. So the question is, we got the roll. Are we going to bounce now? Um, Intraday, we're bouncing a little bit. You see, we got a little wick, and then so far this candle is slightly green. This is a few hours old. This daily candle closed about 4 hours ago, and it's trying to bounce. Obviously, it's not looking super strong. So the question is, are we going to essentially come down and press this support more and test, really test these April lows? Or was that the capitulation? Did we get a hard sell off, spike in volume, and the sellers basically exhausted themselves, and now we're going to get a bounce? So obviously, only one way to tell is to wait. Now, I will admit, I actually did put on a trade in here because earlier in the day on the hourly chart, I got basically my bullish U-turn pattern that I love, which, like I said, is the second video in the Scaredy Cat Guide to Investing in Crypto course. So I took the signal, I got long, and I'm still in that position. My out is basically a break of the low. So that's 66.52. So as long as we stay above that, above there, I'm staying long. If not, then obviously I get stopped out, and then I'll see what happens when we come down. Because the bottom line is, if we don't hold 66.52, we're definitely probably seeing 6,500, and maybe a little bit lower as we test the bottom of the April lows, and then even again it was the support here as well when we got the big bounce early in the year before running up to 11K. So we shall see how it plays out. But again, know your upside, know your downside. So I know my downside, and you know, upside, obviously, prior tops are always your goal, but based on price action, I'm also looking at it just for even a relief rally and get us to this prior bottom around 770-100. So if we peak above there, I'll probably actually take a little bit of that trade off and then see if I can hold the rest for a real move. But since I did that trade on an intraday time frame, I'm also looking for a little bounce, a relief rally, as opposed to an actual change in move. Especially since the U-turn pattern isn't on the daily; it was just on the hourly. And like I always say, larger time frames dominate. The larger the time frame, usually the more weight a pattern or a signal will hold. And then if the smaller time frames agree with it, even better. When things are congruent amongst time frames, that's usually when you have your best signals. So since I'm not getting that, that's why I'm just looking for a little trade on an intraday basis as opposed to looking for a complete reversal and rally. But yeah, so that's pretty much the deal with Bitcoin. So we'll see if we can remain above the April lows and hold like that 6,500 level, even if we don't get a bounce here. And hopefully just really turn this level, that 6,500 level, into a real solid support base. So I want to look at Litecoin because Litecoin actually poked through that support we talked about. I guess I drew it on the other one. Where is it hiding? There it is. So as you can see, we had this 110 support I talked about for some time, and obviously, you got little intraday spikes below it, but we actually closed kind of below. I mean, even these prior lows, we were right there, and now again, green candle. It's kind of just, it's literally right there. It's fighting with the price. But I mean, we're at the tail end bottom. I mean, you had these intraday spikes here that take us a bit above, below 110, I should say. So it's yeah, it's getting interesting. It's do or die time for Litecoin. If it rolls over again, we're looking at the next possible support level at, what is that, about 97 here. You got this last little bottom before I had gone parabolic, and then obviously some topping action. So that 95, 97 area. But then really more again at 85, we get a true pullback and bounce. So yeah, hopefully it can hang in there because otherwise we're looking at double-digit priced Litecoin, and I don't think anyone wants to see that. So again, we shall see. But that is it for now. We will see what the next 24 hours brings and act accordingly. All right, I will see you on the next video. And like I said, I'll put a link in the show notes to that Bitcoin mining manual, and then also obviously I will put a link to all the free crypto trainings that I have out there. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one.